The phrase "all the waters around, between, and connecting the various islands of the Philippines archipelago, irrespective of their widths or dimensions, are considered necessary appurtenances of the land territory forming part of the inland or internal waters of the Philippines" in Section 5 caught my attention the most. It emphasizes the Philippines' belief that its territorial sovereignty extends to the waters surrounding its islands and its commitment to upholding international law. This includes managing fisheries and other natural resources, policing the entry of foreign vessels through its internal waterways, and maintaining the safety and security of its coastal inhabitants. The minutes of the proceedings on the national territory of the 1971 Constitutional Convention and the phrases highlighted in the reflection have significant societal and sectoral implications in the Philippines. These implications extend to national identity, economic development, foreign relations, maritime industry, energy industry, and security and defense. Indeed, in the further search for national identity, one of our largest minorities in the Philippines can contribute a great deal, is the line or phrase that most struck me. The statement, "Indeed, in the further search for national identity, one of our largest minorities in the Philippines can contribute a great deal," implies that the Philippines is still working to define and strengthen its overall identity. It recognizes that the nation is made up of a variety of minority groups, each with their own unique culture and history, and that these groups can be very important in defining the sense of national identity. The role of Islam in the history of the Filipino people has several societal implications, including the impact of Islam on the cultural and religious diversity of the Philippines, the importance of interfaith dialogue and cooperation, and the promotion of religious freedom and tolerance. By acknowledging and celebrating the contributions of Islam to Filipino society, the country can build a more harmonious and inclusive society that values the diversity of its people. The phrase that resonated with me the most is he mentioned that terrorism was not a problem but a topic manipulated by the government, emphasizes the intricate and politicized nature of terrorism in the Philippines. It implies that the MILF may perceive terrorism as a political instrument rather than a genuine menace to national security. This perspective holds significant ramifications for the government's approach to addressing terrorism and the effectiveness of its countermeasures. It also underscores the importance of transparency, accountability in the government's response to terrorism to ensure that the actions taken are authentic and fruitful in tackling the root causes of the issue. The history of terrorism in the Philippines has had wide-ranging implications for different sectors and society at large, negatively impacting the economy, national security, human rights, civil liberties, psychological well-being, and social unity of the nation. Effectively addressing terrorism necessitates a comprehensive and holistic strategy that addresses the underlying factors behind the conflict and prioritizes the safeguarding of human rights and civil liberties. The phrase that resonated with me the most was the adherence to international humanitarian law, respect for human rights instruments, and the safeguarding of evacuees and displaced individuals in their interactions to reinforce the Bangsamoro people's inherent right to determine their own political status and future. This phrase underscores the significance of upholding international humanitarian law and protecting evacuees and displaced persons in relation to the Bangsamoro people's right to self-determination. It highlights the imperative for the Philippine government and the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, the MILF, to uphold human rights and international humanitarian law in their pursuit of a durable peace agreement. The foremost implication of this topic is the potential for enhanced stability and security in the Bangsamoro region, where the conflict has exacted significant economic and social tolls, including loss of life, displacement, and infrastructure destruction. The peace agreement holds promise for increased investment, economic growth, and improved livelihoods in the region. The phrase that resonated with me the most is the quarantine guards were stationed on all roads, paths, and streams leading out from Manila to prevent the disease from spreading to the provinces related to the topic above. Emphasizes the gravity and urgency of the cholera outbreak in the Philippines. It highlights the government's decisive actions to contain and halt the transmission of the disease beyond Manila. Deploying quarantine guards was a necessary measure to safeguard other regions from the epidemic's reach. The report on the cholera epidemic carries significant implications for various sectors and society as a whole. For most, the outbreak profoundly impacted public health. Cholera, a highly contagious and fatal illness, spreads rapidly in communities with inadequate sanitation and poor hygiene practices. The epidemic likely resulted in numerous fatalities and illnesses, particularly among vulnerable groups such as children, the elderly, and the impoverished. Furthermore, the crisis underscores the imperative of increased investments in education and awareness campaigns to promote proper hygiene practices and prevent the proliferation of diseases. The phrase that resonated with me the most in the discussion of Mintal's The Little Tokyo of the pre-war Philippines is the strong and beneficial Japanese imprint. This statement effectively captures the profound influence of the Japanese community on the growth and progress of Davao City. It emphasizes the positive outcomes and significant contributions brought about by their presence. It strikes a chord because it encapsulates how a community can profoundly shape the development of a city, highlighting the power of diverse influences and the lasting advantage they can bestow. Furthermore, this phrase stands out by drawing attention to the importance of recognizing and appreciating the contributions made by various cultural groups in shaping a place's history and progress. It serves as a reminder that the story of Mintal and the Japanese community in Davao City is not a mere footnote in history, but a vital part of the city's identity and heritage. The phrase that resonated with me the most is, "To them we owe justice, order, and the means to live in contentment and happiness." In Ramon Magsaysay's Rizal Day speech on June 19, 1956, this phrase signifies our indebtedness to certain individuals or groups for their contributions to our overall well-being and quality of life. Magsaysay's speech had significant societal implications, promoting nationalism, integrity, good governance, and education as a crucial elements in building a strong and prosperous nation, factors that are vital for social and economic development. The Rizal Day speech delivered by President Ramon Magsaysay on June 19, 1956 holds great importance in Philippine history for multiple reasons. Firstly, it highlights the profound significance of Jose Rizal, who is revered as the national hero of the Philippines. Rizal's writings and activism played a pivotal role in the Philippine Revolution against Spain and served as inspiration for the nationalist movement. Magsaysay emphasized the relevance of Rizal's teaching and ideas, emphasizing their enduring value amidst the challenges faced by the Philippines at that time. He called upon Filipinos to emulate Rizal's example and work towards the nation's progress. The phrase that resonated with me the most is, "The state shall strengthen the family as a basic social institution. The natural right and duty of parents in the rearing of the youth for civic efficiency and the development of moral character shall receive the aid and support of the government," found in Section 4 of Article 2 of the 1973 Constitution of the Republic of the Philippines. This statement highlights the vital role of the family as a fundamental social institution in the country. It emphasizes the inherent rights and responsibilities of parents in raising their children, underscoring the significant influence families have on shaping the civic efficiency and moral character of the youth. The phrase that resonates with me the most is erosion of faith and trust in government. That is the real problem that confront us. These statements stand out as a powerful assertion that underscores a fundamental challenge faced by many governments worldwide. It emphasizes the significance of trust and faith in the relationship between the government and its citizens. When trust and faith in the government are eroded, it can have profound implications for the stability and effectiveness of the governing system. This loss of trust can manifest in various ways, such as decreased voter participation, heightened polarization, and even civil unrest. In the case of the Philippines, this erosion of trust is particularly evident due to a history of corruption and political dynasties. Duterte's recognition of this problem in his inaugural address highlights its seriousness and his acknowledgement of the necessity to rebuild trust between the government and the people. I have chosen to contemplate the subject of the revolution in other parts of Mindanao that occurred from 1886 to 1898, with a specific focus on the city of Davao. This topic holds significant importance as it brings to light a lesser-known aspect of the Philippine Revolution, which unfolded in various regions of Mindanao. As I delve into the historical event and narrative surrounding the revolution in Davao, I am captivated by the untold stories and the unwavering determination of the individuals who fought for their freedom and independence. Exploring this subject enables me to broaden my comprehension of Philippine history beyond the widely recognized events in Luzon and Visayas. Furthermore, reflecting on this topic provides an opportunity to acknowledge the contribution made by individuals and communities in shaping the history of Davao and the greater Mindanao region. It allows me to contemplate the lessons that can be gleaned from their experiences, such as the significance of unity, resilience, and the enduring spirit of resistance.